Hey there, it's Sarah Jo, and today I'm teaching you how to sew an exposed zipper. For this tutorial, you'll need your zipper facing, which I've already added fusible interfacing to the back and finished the edges. I have 2 other videos showing you how to do these steps linked below. I'll also need my zipper facing pattern, a washable marking pen or tailor's chalk, the fabric I'm sewing my zipper to, a zipper, either the same size or longer than your zipper placket, scissors, pins, and an iron and ironing board. To begin, make sure the markings from the pattern are drawn on the wrong side of the zipper facing. Don't forget to mark the legs as well. Match up the center line you drew with the notch on the garment and pin around the edges. Make sure to keep the pins away from the line you drew, because you'll sew in this area. When sewing, you'll sew a 1/4 inch away from the line you drew. Using a straight stitch, sew a 1/4 inch away from the line you drew. Stop sewing at the leg point. With the needle in the fabric, lift the presser foot and pivot the fabric 90 degrees. Lower the presser foot and continue sewing until you hit the other leg you drew. Keep the needle in the fabric, lift the presser foot and rotate the fabric another 90 degrees. Lower the presser foot and continue sewing until you reach the end of the zipper facing. You can see the stitching line forms a rectangle around the line you drew. Next, you'll cut through both the main fabric and the zipper facing along the line you drew, making sure to cut the legs all the way to the stitching line. Make sure not to accidentally cut through the stitching line. You'll then turn the zipper facing towards the wrong side of the main fabric. Press the facing toward the wrong side of the fabric with the iron. This step takes a little bit of patience. If you have a lot of puckering at the corners, you may not have cut all the way to the seam. If that's the case, turn it wrong side out again and lengthen the cut you made all the way to the seam. Pressing can also get rid of the puckers. Once pressed, you'll have an open rectangle. Place the zipper behind this rectangle with the right side of the zipper facing up. Make sure the top stop is a 1/2 inch from the top of the fabric, or whatever your seam allowance is for the pattern you're sewing. In this case, the seam allowance is 1/2 inch. Pin the zipper in place, ensuring the zipper is centered in the rectangle, as this will show on your finished garment. If your zipper is longer than needed, cut along either side of the zipper teeth until you get to the bottom of the rectangular opening. Cut off the zipper teeth using anything but your good sewing scissors, as this will ruin your good scissors. If you're using a metal zipper, you might need needle nose pliers to remove the zipper teeth. Fold one edge of the zipper tape so it covers the lower edge of the zipper. Repeat with the other side. Trim the folded zipper tape so it's about a 1/2 inch longer than the edges of the zipper tape. Tuck the edge you just cut under the zipper tape and pin it in place. Repeat this step on both sides. Because I'll be sewing on the right side of the fabric, I'm going to move my pins to the right side of the fabric so I don't accidentally sew over them. Your stitching should hold this in place, and it gives the bottom of the zipper a cleaner looking finish. To attach the zipper, sew around the zipper, sewing 1/8 of an inch away from the edge of the rectangular opening. Start with the zipper opened about halfway. It's important to use a similar colored thread to better blend the stitching with your fabric. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm using a contrasting thread so you can see where I sewed. When you get close to the zipper slider, stop sewing, keeping the needle in the fabric. Lift the presser foot and zip the zipper all the way closed. Lower the presser foot back down and sew until you get to the bottom of the rectangular opening. Leaving the needle in the fabric, lift the presser foot and rotate the fabric 90 degrees. Lower the presser foot and sew until you get to the other end of the rectangle. At this point, it's a good idea to use the hand wheel to slowly sew so that you don't accidentally sew over the zipper teeth or the bottom stop. Keep the needle in the fabric, raise the presser foot again, and rotate the fabric another 90 degrees. Continue sewing until you get to the slider. Keeping the needle in the fabric, raise the presser foot and unzip the zipper again. Align the fabric again, lower the presser foot, and continue sewing until you get to the top edge of the zipper. It's important to sew slowly, making sure your stitching is straight and even. You can see the bottom of the zipper is covered by the zipper tape we folded over earlier in the tutorial. And that's how you sew an exposed zipper. Happy sewing!